Hello and welcome back to Gate of Theories. Now, if you're someone like me, you probably watch a ton of reality TV. Now, I would say I probably watch too much reality TV, but can you ever have too much reality TV? There's a question we need to ask ourselves. So today I decided I would tier list some of the reality TV shows I've watched. So without further ado, let's get straight on with the video. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel and wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe button, that'd be awesome as we are so near 5,000 subscribers and every little helps. But without further ado, let's get straight on with tier listing these reality TV shows. Okay, so I've got my tier list up here, and as you can see, we have all things from Geordie Shore to Single AF. Now, we've made a lot of videos on things such as Geordie Shore. If you want to see those videos, there will be a link up above in the cards and a link in the description to our reality TV playlist. But yeah, let's get on with the rankings. So the first one, Geordie Shore. Now, where can I put it? Is it reality TV gold? Is it binge-worthy? Is it good? Is it okay in the background? Or is it rubbish? Now, Geordie Shore has had 20 seasons, and the 21st season is coming out right now, I believe. So for that reason, it can't really be rubbish because they would have stopped making it if it was terrible, and they haven't. They've kept going with 21 seasons. Now, obviously, the first seasons I feel were better than the later series, but that was always going to happen when you lose such iconic cast members such as Vicky, Gaz, and Charlotte. The show has been really successful and actually really positive thing for the North. Well, it's positive and negative. If you're from around here, obviously you don't kind of like to be associated with Geordie Shore. It's like that's all your town's known for. But it does actually bring in lots of business to the city, and the stars are always really helpful and have put Newcastle on the map again. I know we're known for football, but they've also put us on the map as well, and are generally quite nice people. And bars like Bijou that go crazy just because they've obviously been on Geordie Shore, and everyone comes to the city to see what that Geordie Shore lifestyle is like. So for that, I'm going to say the early seasons were definitely binge-worthy. And because it's had 21 seasons, I'm going to say it is binge-worthy. I don't say it's reality TV gold, it's not my favourite, but it's definitely got to be up there because of how successful it's been. Moving on to a complete opposite, we've got Made in Chelsea. Now, I like to do this. I like to watch Geordie Shore first, like an episode of Geordie Shore, and then put an episode of Made in Chelsea on, because the contrast is just mwah, mwah, it's beautiful. You should definitely try that. They're all on catch up if you've got Now TV, and Made in Chelsea's on 4OD, so you should be able to see it if you're in the UK. Not sure abroad. I think some of them may be on Amazon Prime. But yeah, Geordie Shore, watch a Geordie Shore episode, then watch Made in Chelsea episode. Wowza, the contrast is beautiful. The antics are pretty much the same. Someone's cheating on someone else, but it's done in such a posh manner compared to Geordie Shore's manner, which makes it brilliant. Made in Chelsea is another show that has been going on the air for loads of seasons. Too many seasons, some would say. The cast has completely changed from the early series, except for, I think Jamie is been in every single series of Made in Chelsea. But it is a quality show. Now, Made in Chelsea is one of those that you can tell is more scripted than just reality played out. But it has some interesting scenarios and some interesting relationships and some interesting characters. So, Made in Chelsea, it's a solid show. It is quite binge-worthy. But you can kind of dip in and out of Made in Chelsea. So I'm going to put that one in good. Okay, moving back to MTV, we've got the UK X on the Beach, not the US. The US will come to next. So the UK X on the Beach has run for 8 or 9 seasons and is absolute quality. It is gold, some of the lines that have come from X on the Beach, some of the fights you have. This show is crazy. Now, the reason the UK one is really good is because it's not all just celebrities, unlike its partner, the US version, which we'll come to in a minute. So the UK one has some absolute corkers. You get some people who just come out and are just reality stars from that go because of their iconic lines they bring to the show. I mean, some of the fights you have on X on the Beach, you never know who's going to come on. I wouldn't really want to spend a week with my ex, so, you know, being forced to live in a villa with them, that would be quite awkward. So the TV gold moments you get on shows like X on the Beach is incredible. So for that reason, I'm going to have to put it in binge-worthy. Okay, our next show is X on the Beach US. So we've done the UK and the US. Now the difference between the US and the UK It's kind of the format it's done in. You don't have a host on the UK version, it's all done with the Tablet of Terror. The US you have a host, and also it's all celebrities or big reality TV stars coming into the house. So you kind of already know what to expect with the people. There's no surprise packages, which makes it kind of less fun. It's also a lot more, like, the music's hyped and everything's more, it's more American, which is why I don't like it as much, which is probably why the UK version is like it is for the UK audience. I'm a UK citizen, so that makes sense as to why I'd prefer the UK version to the US, but the US version is still good. I've still watched a few seasons of the US version. Obviously the US stars, they have so many stars for the reality TV shows they have over there, so it's quite good. And if you're a fan of, if you watch all the other reality TV shows that these stars come from the MTV shows such as the Challenge, Are You the One, Jersey Shore and stuff like that, then it's quite interesting to see them in this house in another concept with all these other celebrities and how they interact, and we get to kind of see what this celebrity lifestyle is like with it. So I'd say it's good, I just wouldn't say it's so binge worthy. Okay, we are on to Are You the One? Now this show is wow. I want them to do a UK version. It is brilliant. So they have done 8 seasons, and there is a different spin on the show every season with a different. So you go on Are You the One to find your perfect match. So there is a scientific perfect match for each of the contestants in the house, and they have to work out who their perfect match is and then sit with them at the ceremony, and if all of the cast get their perfect match, then they win the prize money of I think it's $1 million, which is obviously a nice prize money to go for. However, there is a twist because they have truth booths and stuff, so they work out who their perfect match is. So you could be in a couple with someone and you've been getting on with them for 7 weeks and you're probably starting to fall in love with them, and then you go to the truth booth and they tell you you're not a perfect match and you have to stop seeing them, stop dating them, and find your perfect match. And the heartbreak you cause, the drama it causes, it's beautiful. And then they were the first show with a completely non-straight cast for season 8, which was even more of an interesting show because instead of there being, you can narrow it down your potential. So on the other shows it's all heterosexual couples, so obviously if you're a boy, you know you're looking for a girl, so you can eliminate the boys. While in season 8 you couldn't eliminate anyone. Anyone could have been your perfect match, and that led to even more drama, which was amazing. So for that reason alone, Are You the One has to go as reality TV gold. It is brilliant. Okay, now moving on to a Netflix show, Love is Blind. Now this is a TV show where you ask someone to marry you without ever seeing you. Yeah, you heard that right. So you are in pods and you talk to them, you go on all these dates with different people, talking to them to get to know them, and within I think about a week or like 1 episode, people have asked to marry certain people, which is just a weird concept to me. I could never ask someone to marry me without ever seeing them. They're just thing. The problem for me with the Love is Blind show is that the concept Love is Blind, the whole selling of it and the way it was trailered was they wouldn't see each other for ages, except that kind of in the show just disappears. It's like 1 week, and I think it just kind of goes, and that's 1 episode. But the show itself is a show where they then see the people and then they're like, oh, fall in love, and then some of them get married and obviously some of them don't, and you have the drama between. Now the problem for me was they didn't utilize the show well enough because everyone on the show is good looking. Like, there was no problem. Now what would have been really reality TV gold would have been had they asked each other and some of them were not the best looking. Now that would have been beautiful because we would have had a moment where they would have revealed to each other who they've just asked to marry, and the look on their face would have been priceless if it was someone they weren't attracted to physically from the looks, as in straight off. You could have had some really cool reactions. Not cool as in good reactions, just like reactions that would have made reality TV, that sort of stuff that we kill for on reality TV. And for that reason they didn't really have it because all the stars were pretty good looking. And then you didn't have anyone who's too self-obsessed either, like, or who's so into looks, which would have been cool. Like shows, like other shows, like reality TV shows, like Too Hot to Handle, or well, any of these other reality TV shows where looks are more important. this could have come into a real factor where if you had someone who's so obsessed with looks and then suddenly discovered the person they'd fell in love with wasn't, you get this moment, this epiphany. It would be beautiful. So I just don't think they did Love is Blind well enough. Some of the episodes for me were really long and boring. It was just needless to see all that stuff. So for me, Love is Blind is going in the rubbish pile. Now, moving on to the complete opposite of Love is Blind is Naked Attraction, where you see everything first. Yeah, and then you go on a date. So for you who don't know what Naked Attraction is, which I'm presuming most of you are because a lot of our viewers are not from the UK, but if you're from the UK, you'll already know what Naked Attraction is. Now, how this show gets on TV, I will never, ever, ever know. This show basically starts with you're in a box. So there's 6 contestants in a box. And then there's the other contestant who's going to pick who they're going to date is outside the box and they're with the host. And then the boxes slowly move up. So the contestant gets to first see like feet and legs. And then from those feet and legs, they have to get rid of someone. So they're like, oh, I don't like his toenail or I don't like his tattoo. So they get rid of them. And then they move up and then you see the bottom part. So you see their lower regions. You don't need to imagine what that is. They are fully naked, by the way. This is why it's called Naked Attraction. So you see everything, and then it moves up again, and then you see like the chest area and the abdominals, and then it moves up again to their face, and then they get to talk the next round, and then the contestant then has to get naked, and then they pick out of the final 2 people, and then they go on a date. So it's trying to getting out, like, you don't need to see them naked, so there's no thing for when they go on a date. I don't know. It's a weird concept and it's a weird show, but you do get bodies of all shapes and sizes. However, the show tends to go for the ones that's like, you're good looking, that's why you pick. But you do get some variety in the show, and for that reason, I think Naked Attraction is a good concept. But I'm just surprised it's on TV. Like, how did they get this through, this much nudity on the show? I don't know. It has to be on after the watershed in the UK, which is after 9 PM, for obvious reasons. But in catch-up, I don't know how they managed to pitch this and go, yeah, you know what, that's a good idea. So we'll move on from that to a classic, Love Island. Now, I'm just doing the Love Island in the UK. I haven't seen the US version or the Australian version, but Love Island in the UK is, well, when Love Island's on, everyone watches Love Island. It is just, everyone tunes in, everyone's tweeting about it. You know, you're on Twitter just to see the Love Island memes. Love Island is huge over here. Once you're in, you're hooked. You'll watch from every year since and onwards. I was pessimistic before I watched my first season, and ever since I've watched every single episode. I'm not ashamed to say that. I should be, but I'm not. It's a really good show. Obviously, you get singles into a villa and they've got to keep in couples up to go, and you get so much drama. They add new people in, there's the odd kind of celebrity on there, but they're all like normal people. But the show's success is massive. All the stars who come out now get millions of followers just to show how big the show has become. It's brilliant. It's had a summer version, it's had a winter version. For me, this one also has to be an absolute reality TV gold because it is just brilliant, a brilliant show. So we'll move on to another dating show, Celebs Go Dating on E4 or Channel 4, I can't remember which one of the two. It's on one of the Channel 4, what do you call it, stations? Is that the right word? So this is where you have celebrities who then go dating with this dating agency, and they meet normal people who they then go on dates with, and try and find someone to bring to the final event. And hopefully find a relationship from it. So it's really interesting seeing celebrities dating normal people and what it's like, and the sort of expectations some of them have on dates, and some of the characters you get that come on it. Now, I mean, people like Bear has been on it, and he just caused absolute havoc on the show, so it's definitely worth. I haven't watched the later seasons because I just haven't had time to watch them, and they changed the two like main management people of the celebrities. So it was a bit weird, but it was, some episodes were brilliant, some were okay. You kind of relied on the celebrity thing and the dynamic they had. So the first seasons I'd say were probably good. I'd probably say it's probably okay in the background, so I'm going to put it in okay in the background. Now we're moving on to reality TV royalty now, in with Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the family we just can't get enough of. Keeping Up with the Kardashians has had many seasons, and we see the lives of the Kardashian / Jenner family. And I don't know why, I don't know what it is about them, but we just love it. We just sucked in every time. We want to watch more of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. There's always drama on it. They have turned their family life into a complete billionaire business, which is genius. If anyone says the Kardashians aren't genius, they're just jealous, because they have managed to live in their life into a business. They've all got successful businesses, successful careers, and the show we just can't get enough of. So I'm definitely going to put it in binge worthy. I don't think it's reality TV gold. It is reality TV royalty, but it's up there. But obviously you can't have expansive compared to the other shows, but I'd definitely put it's binge worthy, and once you start Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you will not be able to put it down. Okay, we move on to Netflix's probably most successful reality TV show, I think, in Too Hot to Handle, which came out this year, which was, wow. I mean, the cast from it have got bare followers. I'm talking millions of followers now. And so the show starts by them all going in a villa, all expecting to get with each other, you know, hook up, all that, and then they're told within 12 hours that you can't even kiss or touch inappropriately the other people in the villa where they are. And obviously these single people who thought they were going on a dating show to do all that suddenly can't do that, and if they do it, then you lose money from the cash prize. Now obviously things go a bit wrong. People don't care about the money so much, and they'll go for the full Monty, and they lose the money, and then you see some castmates getting angry at them and others, and the raw frustration these people are feeling. So it is a great concept, and we saw some great reality TV stars come off it who are now massive influencers in the world. It was a really good show, and as it's only got one season, I would say it's binge worthy, but because it's only got one season, we'll have to see. I'm going to put it in the good category, but again, good. And then we have Single AF, that reality TV show you probably haven't heard of, or if you have, you've been watching MTV. So Single AF was a program where celebrities, a bit like Celebs Go Dating, all live in this house together, these celebrities, and then they try and find dates via their social media platforms, and go on dates and all that jazz. And the show was pretty good. It's actually where Geordie Shore star Marnie met her current boyfriend Casey, who was also a celebrity on the show, and it had Jedward on and stuff, and it was a really good series actually, but it only lasted for one season because of its, I'm guessing, poor ratings. There was moments that were good. I just don't think it had the platform to carry on, especially with other shows such as Celebs Go Dating, that meant MTV pushed it aside, and X on the Beach being much bigger. So for that reason, because it failed and flopped, I'm just going to put it as okay in the background. And so that is our tier list here today. So reality TV gold, we got Are You the One, Love Island, Binge Worthy, Geordie Shore, X on the Beach UK, and Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Good, Made in Chelsea, X on the Beach US, Naked Attraction, Too Hot to Handle, and okay in the background, Celebs Go Dating and Single AF. And the one I tell you to avoid, it's rubbish, Love is Blind, although I know the comment section is gonna be hating me for that. So that is the end of this video. If you did enjoy our tier list, make sure you smash that like button and share it on social media so your friends can see. Tell us in the field section below, or comment section for your newbies, do you agree with my list at all, or what order would you have put them in? I will leave a link in the description so you can have a go at this tier list as well. So you can go, I created this tier list so you can have a go for yourself, and then send me some screenshots on our Instagram or Twitter. The links will be in description to our Instagram and Twitter, and I'll probably put them on screen somewhere, what you'd have done for the tier list. We'd love to see it. We'd love to hear from you. If you're new to the channel, wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe button, as I said at the start. That'd be amazing, as we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and every little helps. We're getting so close, I can't believe it. Thank you guys so much. Reasons to subscribe: we do theories, then and nows, reviews, tier lists now, all sorts of stuff to do with TV and film, so I'm sure there's going to be something you want to watch, so you're going to want to click that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed and awesome like that, first of all, thank you. You make our day every day. If you also wouldn't mind clicking that bell button, then you'll never miss a new video. As always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on Tuesday with another video. Thanks for watching, guys.